Good morning, welcome to today's RC Coffee Chat. And with that said, we have got 6 topics for us to cover today. I'll give you a quick rundown of them, or you know the drill by now. Right, the random idea of an RC meetup in a simulator, we'll cover that in a moment. We had the Reaktor Maiden yesterday. Low clouds out yesterday as well. Absolutely fantastic. We got a couple of photos I'll share with you in a moment. I can't read what I wrote there because it's just too many swear words. An Eachine, I've had this for like 3 weeks now. We'll discuss that in a moment. And also the 100th. This is the 100th episode as well. So there's a special note around that too. So going back to yesterday about the idea of an RC simulator meetup, by the sounds of it, it was a really good idea. Now, my favourite is Phoenix RC. Now, I'm not going to go into the details, but if you just so happen to go to this page, and I'll put a link to it in the video description, and you might want to look at that one there, and you can also find similar devices on eBay. The crucial point which you're looking for is Phoenix 5.0 or newer to purchase. Is that those are hardware devices which you can plug into your computer and then stick in the back of your transmitter and then enable you to work with tools like Aerofly and Phoenix RC and things like that. They are super inexpensive. Personally, what I would suggest is that you nip across to eBay and see if you can find one in your country, because it would be with you an awful lot sooner. That said, remember Banget, for me personally, 7 to 10 days on average for those to turn up. And I'm sure they're available on lots and lots of other sites as well. And they enable you to use your transmitter, assuming you've got a port on the back of it. Excuse me. Quick sip. And you can plug that into the back of your transmitter, and then you can run the simulator on your computer. Absolutely fantastic, and we will set a date and a time to do that. I'll try and do it. It's a bit of an awkward one because we've got quite a few boundaries to cover as far as time zones go. So it might be in the evening UK time, so that it will be like morning US and morning United States, Australia-ish. And of course you can pick any model you like, and it's a virtual flight line. Just grab it and fly it and see if you can hit each other out of the sky. So we'll sort that out at a later date, so details to follow on that one. But we will be using Phoenix RC for that. Next topic is the Reaktor Maiden. So I've got here next to me. I'm still really annoyed that top piece wasn't cut straight, so it is on a bit of an angle. And again, you didn't really see yesterday, but if we put it around like that, you'll see it's just like leaning to the left. It flew absolutely brilliantly well. I tried it on 3S, I tried it on 2S as well with a 10 by, what prop have I got on here? 10 by 4.5, absolutely fine on 2S. Obviously not as much grunt as what we had on 3S. And I'm using a super cheap motor. Now I do need to rub the mud off here so I get it right. It was off Banget, and it only paid like $3 or $4 for it. And it's a BR2208 1100 kV motor. Now, one thing which I have done, and I really do hope that you can see this, and I'm going to put my finger down the back of there, and let me move it, sorry, there's a model in the way, is that what I did is that the motor shaft, I got the Dremel out and just ground down the motor shaft itself so that this prop adapter on the end was right up against the motor. Now that's something which I've learned from lots and lots of, well, I've been through 4 motors I think on my Hummer, put it that way, and it wasn't until I met another pilot who said, oh, I just got the Dremel out and cut off the prop shaft so that the prop adapter goes right up against the motor. And as such, when you do nose plant it in the ground, which you will do if you're pushing your limits, is that it doesn't bend the motor shaft, so that basically the motor lasts a lot longer. And this one really did have a good full-on nose impact. And I've broken 3 propellers on her already. The one thing which I do need to change or do need to reconsider is that I'm only using a 10 amp ESC up in the nose. Now I do believe that I do need to change that to maybe one of those Turnigy 18 amp ESCs, and also I've soldered directly on the motor wires to the ESC, so that means that I cannot swap. I always do need clockwise facing propellers at the moment, so I do need to put some bullet connectors on there. I did overheat the ESC on 3S with a 10x45 prop, but on a 9x47 or a 9x45 it was perfectly fine. It did really, really well, and yeah, in the sky, absolutely amazing. I got a Maiden up. I also got some onboard footage with her as well. That will come out sometime in the future. But absolutely great fun. Really, really good fun. Holds a knife edge perfectly. Well, yeah. Yeah, it holds a knife edge perfectly. Can do anything which you ask of it. And on high rates, insanely fast. Yeah, its roll rate is up with the FMS Edge 540 for roll speed. Absolutely bonkers. And very, very accurate in the sky. Yeah, that was 30 quid well spent. So those of you which told me, no Matt, that model is a good one, I would like to say thank you, because I remember I did take it out of my shopping cart, and then it was some chit chat over in the Facebook page which said, no Matt, it is actually a really good model, and I agree with you. It is a really, really good model. Now, I did give it a damn good coating. There is some mud and stuff on the bottom, but I did put some of that E6000 glue on the bottom, so I know that will just wipe off. So, yeah, happy days. Really enjoyed it. I actually had some line of sight flying, which was odd, because, as I'm sure you're aware, for the last 3 months, all I've really flown is FPV. And I genuinely do mean that. That's all I've done is FPV lately. Right, so a quick note on there. Yeah, I lost a prop on the first flight, on the maiden flight. The prop just went whoosh. And it wasn't because of my landing. Literally, I obviously didn't torque it up enough, and it just flew off. It was like, oh, right, it's landed. I was trying to keep an eye on the prop going one way and keeping the model down flat, so we got it down safely, and then it happened again as well. And on the maiden one, we lost the tip of the prop. It just went, and then it went off. Nuts. Yeah, ran fine on 2S with 10x47 prop. Yeah, I could easily chuck that around at home. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I really like it. I really do. Do I like it more than the Hummer? No, I like the Hummer a little bit more. And the reason why I like the Hummer a little bit more is because it's a lot damn easier to see in the sky because it's slightly bigger. But that said, really good fun. Really good fun. Right, next topic. Yesterday was a low cloud day, and oh yeah, we'll get to Balsa Dave in a moment. Those clouds were literally 70, 75 meters up in the sky. Brilliant. Just scooting around. We did some, moisture content inspection, as a certain Ken would say. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Also, Balsa Dave came up to the Flightline 2, and he did his first cloud surfing. He didn't just do one cloud, he did a couple as well. Really, really good fun. And that was me stood next to him, just coaching him in the background. He had he had returned to home features, but there was no on-screen display, so we were all running from just like visually where we are, like in comparison to the ground. And that's probably my biggest tip for you, is that if you want to get into FPV, it will, like normal models with wings on, planks rather than knives, is that get on Google Maps and study wherever you're flying is, and study everything around you. Look for landmarks, because the wind was coming like straight towards us on the flight line, and the models were getting it. There was like no wind at ground level, but as soon as you got up above about 50 meters, and I could tell that with the reactor as well, is that the model was getting pushed this way. So we ended up getting pushed up over our heads and back over Dave's wood, and Dave was struggling a little bit on orientation, and we were also getting quite a lot of interference, because he only had, well, obviously 25 milliwatt video transmitter, and yeah, it was something we was like getting maybe a little bit nervous about. But the reality is, you just fly through it. If you kind of like know where you are, and just looked for landmarks. So we saw a Pacific landmark. I'm not going to mention what it is, but we saw a Pacific landmark. We knew exactly where we were. So it was just a case of just coaching Dave back around to the flight line. And yeah, the other thing as well, that was a Bixler. Now, I don't know which version of the Bixler it was he was flying, but he must have glided back down for about 4 minutes. And he wasn't even that high. Like I said, those clouds were... it's 75 meters, and I know that from the on-screen display on the Phantom wing, and literally 3, 4, maybe even 5 minutes worth of glide time he had on the way back. It was absolutely fantastic. I was utterly shocked by the Bixler and its glide ability. Now, he did have a stabilizer in there, which would have definitely helped with flight efficiency, but wow, what an absolutely fantastic day yesterday. Right. Next topic is, I can't actually share with you what I've written in here, but Fiel Nanny turned up yesterday as a bit as a surprise. Does anybody recognise that bloke in those episodes? That's not my channel. Somebody has taken the time and the effort and the energy to duplicate all my videos. Or have a good go at duplicating all my videos. Why would you do that? And I just genuinely don't get this. I was thinking about this last night. Why would you do it? Well, I just don't get it. And the reason why I don't get it is because they would have had to gone in, downloaded all the episodes, then gone in and uploaded all the episodes and add titles and descriptions. And I know there's software out there which can help you do that. But even still, that would still take a fair amount of time. Of course, the content producer, aka me, would find out, and the person who reported it to myself, I would like to say a big hat tip. Thank you very much, sir. And of course, each one of those videos is now going to go and get a copyright claim against them, and that's then going to go and slam the account. Now, they're not going to make... I just don't get it, because they're not going to make any money from any affiliate links, because they haven't put any in there. Number two, most of those videos which I've seen from in the Facebook group, most people have gone through and just stuck the dislike button on them and also reported them too. The account will end up getting blocked because of so many copyright claims on it. So whatever ad revenue which they make, if they have put ads in those videos, will never get paid. I just don't understand why. I just genuinely just don't get it at all. Why would you do that? It's got to have been scripted, and I strongly suspect that, well, I know that Dave mentioned in the Facebook group he had exactly the same done for his channel as well, but I just genuinely just don't get it. Why would you do that when the second one of them gets spotted, of course the content producer like myself is going to get really pissy and then just go through and then put claims in, and of course then that'll end up the account getting blocked and stopped from ad revenue, etc, etc. I just don't get it, because remember that with Google AdSense revenue, it's on a lead time as well, and that's probably a brand new account as well. So I just don't get it. I genuinely just don't get it. Why would you spend any time, effort or energy in doing that? And again, even if you did it to get subscribers, well, they've got 1 subscriber, so... And then you end up with a restricted account. I just don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. Next topic is, right, this little model. Let's go on to a much cheerier topic, shall we? Right. Before Christmas, Banget sent me this to review. So it's the little Eachine FB90. Now, I didn't want to just do like a straightforward unboxing. I wanted to take a different approach to this. And the approach which I wanted to take was very simple. I wanted to fly it every single day for a couple of weeks and then give you like an honest review on it. And that's exactly what I've done for the last 3 weeks or so. And I can wholeheartedly tell you, it's bloody good fun. Now, I do need to go to my notes here for about this little one. So, number one, I've had it for almost 3 weeks now, and I've flown it, I won't say every single day, but I've flown it most days. Also, there's a key point here. I have not changed the rates, and I've not changed the PIDs on it at all, okay? Because I wanted to keep this as simple as possible, because I know there's like with quadcopter pilots, they'll go, oh, I've got to go and change my rates, I need to go and change my pits. I wanted to make a point on this one. I do not even know what firmware this is running. I genuinely do not know. I have never plugged this in to the computer and even taken a look. I don't know if it's beta flight, I don't know if it's clean flight or something else. I genuinely do not know what's on that quad at all. I do not know. And frankly, I don't care either, because, and the reason why I don't care either is because what my logic is behind this one is that you want to get it, you want to bind it, and you want to fly it, because it is a bind and fly. Now, there's two negatives which I can say about this little quad, and I'll go and open her up. And you'll see that she's still in pretty good condition, and I have been running her without the lid on the top, which is whatever. The two negatives which I can say it was free, actually. Number one, binding it was a complete nightmare. The trick which I used was got a pair of long nose pliers, and then right on the end there's two little pins which are really, really hard to see. And then I just got a pair of long nose pliers, squeezed them, and then used that to bind them, to bind it. But once you've bound it, of course, it's always stuck with your transmitter then, and that's happy days. So that was an awkward piece. The second thing is that when it arrived, you'll notice that I've got 3 yellow props and 1 black prop. These were all black ones to begin with, but I think where it'd been in the box for so long, the black ones had lost like their grippiness on the shaft of the motor, and literally on this first flight, I was flying it just about here, and it went ping, went up and hit the ceiling. And then, of course, I stuck it back on, it did it again, so I swapped it over. And then, of course, that one there and that one there also did it as well. And I've only broken 1 propeller, and it wasn't from hitting something. It was from, like, it just went spinning off, hit the ceiling and bounced off somewhere and broke on the way back down. These little prop guards are questionable, to say the least. I'm running, yeah, that one there's broken. Just checking that one there. Yeah, all right, it's just the top left one which is broken at the moment. Just a little dab of CA glue. So the prop guards are not the best in the world. But that said, let's go and stick it down out of the way. It was already set up for me. Well, anyway, mine turned up. It was on the Fat Shark band on channel 1, which was great. I just turned the goggles on and bang! There it was immediately. And yeah, the picture quality, I don't even know what camera's on the front of it. Again, I've just wanted to keep away from like the technical stuff and just fly it, because that's the whole point of a little micro quad like this. You want to be able to fly it around the house, chase the cat around the house, chase the kids around the house, and maybe take it outdoors for some chits and giggles as well. And that's exactly how I've treated this. I've kept away from all the nerdy stuff and just kept it as simple as I could, and I've flown it pretty much every single day, and I can tell you I've had really, really good fun. Flight times have varied between about 7 to 10 minutes, obviously depending on how much throttle I'm using. And it's not, what my biggest concern about this little quad actually was that it was going to be like wallowy. And I'm sure when I had that HC, whatever it was, the tiny little micro quad where I put an FPV camera on the top, it was just so saggy. It just sagged its ass down. If you took your thumb off the throttle a little bit. This one, it does sag a bit, but no way is near as bad as what I've seen other quads do. And it runs on 2S, so you get much more flight time. It's got plenty of punch in it. It's not psychopathic like my 2S mental, my mental one. But then again, it doesn't burn out a motor. I have not burned any of those motors out, and I've been using it, like I said, pretty much every single day. I have really liked that, and I will do a separate review on this, but ultimately, would I recommend it? The short answer is yeah. I've had really, really good fun with this every single day, and I've enjoyed it, and it has been really, really good fun. And like I said, the only negatives which I can say is binding it was a complete arse. You needed a long pair. I found a pair of long nose pliers worked perfectly for that, but that was a one-time job to do. The propellers popped off, but they did provide 4 other propellers, and these prop guards are not the best in the world, but they are enough just for you to, like, if you bounce into something, that they'll just save the propeller. Maybe that's why I've not had to go on and order some more propellers. But what I would say is that if you're going to buy one of these, is that do buy yourself some more propellers as well. They're super cheap. You can buy them on Banggood, and that, yeah, all in all, yeah, really impressed. If I'd paid $75 or whatever it was for it, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, because remember, it was bind and fly. I had to do no soldering. It turned up in a kit, plug the battery, pop the battery on charge, because it comes with these one of these little USB chargers, and I've been using not only the two, it comes with 2 batteries as well, which I thought was fantastic. It comes with 2 little 400 mAh battery packs, and of course you know that I've got those little 400 packs as well, which I bought a while back. And yeah, you can get 3 or 4 flights out of it, and well, okay, that's me quadded out for today, and I've had great fun. Oh yeah, and the most important point, every time the cat hears it whirl up now, he's gone. So yeah, my target is wised up to my antics, and the second he hears it, he's out the cat flap and gone. Oh, and the kids love it as well. What more can you ask? So I will do a separate review on this one, but the basic summary is I really liked it, and I will put a link to that one in the video description for you. Right, the last topic for today is we are on our 100th episode of the RC Coffee Chat, and it would have been really, well, I don't know what I was thinking about this for the last couple of days, and there isn't anything like kind of special which I can cover, because we're covering it every single day in these RC Coffee Chats. And I looked here in the playlist, and right back, yeah, number 1, back down here. And we were chatting about a Hobby King order. I was walking through everything which I put in that order and why. And also we were chatting about the Hornet FPV flying wing as well, which was a brilliant little wing. And well, I've got 2 now. They're amazing little wings. So I don't know what else to say other than simply thank you. I cannot say anything else than that. So on that note, I'd like to say thank you. And it's time for me to go. Today is a flying day, so I'm offline. I'm going to meet Craig about 9:30ish later this morning. Chuck some models around. Definitely going to be chucking that Reaktor around. Definitely do need to go and find some more propellers for it, because they're a bit snap happy, and we know these slow fly ones are really crap anyway. But on that note, I would genuinely like to say thank you for just joining in. This is me having some adventures with RC, and it's really good fun. And this year for me is to do some more precision, well, to try and have a go at doing some precision stuff, have a go with some 3D stuff, and I will get distracted with the odd little quadcopter along the way, which is really good fun. But this is me mucking around on the flight line, me just being me, if that makes any sense at all. But ultimately, thank you. I've said that like 3 times now, so you kind of get my point. I'm off now. I need to go and get this episode ready. Got some batteries to stick on charge, and like I said, today is a flying day. So if you're out flying, have a fantastic day. If you're not out flying, I will stick a battery in especially for you and absolutely rag the nuts off that one. And on that note, for myself, Matt, and his still warm cup of coffee. Brilliant. Cheerios!
Right, you're on board with the Reaktor. In fact, I just need to quickly check the C of G. Perfect. Brilliant. Oh, there's out if you plug it in. Bye! at that! Where's my propeller gone? That broke in mid-flight. You wouldn't have seen it, you may have seen it flying past you. But what the smeg? Wow. Anyway, new battery, on again. Cheerios!